Today, we're diving into a topic that most of us struggle with at some point: anger, frustration, and those moments when it feels like everything and everyone is pushing us to the edge. Anger is like a wildfire. It can flare up unexpectedly, and if left unchecked, it will burn through everything in its path. It can consume you and affect your health, relationships, from your cherished relationships to your inner peace. But anger can also be an opportunity if we learn how to stay calm and transform it into a positive force. In today's video, I'm going to show you 7 techniques to instantly control your explosive anger. And if you watch until the end, I'll share 7 deeper solutions to help you address the root causes of your anger. You'll become calmer in the face of external triggers and chaos, and begin to notice how better the world around you changes. But before we dive in, I want you to understand one truth. Anger can be a magnet for negativity, attracting difficult situations and people. But calmness is also contagious. Anger, frustration, and dissatisfaction are like magnets. When you're trapped in these emotional states, you unknowingly attract more of the same. More frustration, more problems, and more difficult people. It's as if the universe mirrors back the chaos inside you. Have you ever noticed that when you're already in a bad mood, everything seems to go wrong? Traffic feels worse, people become more irritating, and situations escalate for no clear reason. This is the magnetic effect of negative emotions. When you carry anger with you, it invites more negativity into your life. But here's the good news. Just as anger attracts negativity, calmness and peace invite positive experiences. When you learn to stay calm, the world around you starts to shift. Your inner calm has the power to diffuse tense situations, and the effects go beyond you. It ripples outward, influencing those around you. Just as anger can escalate a situation, your calmness can diffuse tension and bring clarity to those caught in the storm. Calmness is not a passive state. It's a powerful force, a quiet strength that draws others in and helps them find their own peace. Think of it like a candle lighting another. Your calmness can illuminate the path for others, showing them that they too can respond with patience rather than impulsivity. In a world often driven by reactive emotions, this ability to remain centered becomes a gift, not just for yourself, but for everyone in your life. Now, let's explore the 7 easy techniques to keep calm before anger takes over. 7 quick techniques to calm down. When anger strikes, it can feel overwhelming, like a surge of uncontrollable energy rushing through your body. In those moments, it's easy to lose perspective and react impulsively. But the good news is, there are simple, effective techniques you can use to regain control. These methods are quick, accessible, and can be applied in everyday life to help you calm down immediately. Let's explore each of these 7 techniques in more depth. Technique 1. Drink a glass of water. It may seem too simple, but drinking a glass of water can have a surprisingly powerful calming effect. When you take a moment to drink, focus on the cool sensation of the water as it flows down your throat. Feel the physical action of holding the glass and swallowing the water. This practice serves as a quick reset, both physically and mentally, by breaking the cycle of reactive anger and bringing your attention back to the present moment. Water has a natural grounding effect, cooling down not just your body, but your emotions as well. Technique 2. Count backwards from 10. When anger rises, the urge to react instantly can be overwhelming. By counting backward from 10, you create a small but significant pause between the trigger and your reaction. Each number you count slowly calms the mind, giving your brain just enough time to process the situation more rationally. This small delay allows the initial surge of adrenaline to subside, and with each number, you're buying yourself clarity. It's as if you're stepping back mentally, creating a buffer zone where anger doesn't get to make decisions for you. Technique 3. Relax your muscles. Our bodies hold on to tension when we're angry, often without us even realizing it. Anger can make your shoulders stiffen, your jaw clench, or your fists tighten. One quick way to calm down is to practice progressive muscle relaxation. Start by tensing and then releasing different parts of your body, beginning with your feet and working your way up to your head. By consciously releasing physical tension, you simultaneously release emotional tension. This process helps you reconnect with your body and sends a signal to your brain that it's okay to relax. Technique 4. Do a small task. When anger becomes overwhelming, it helps to redirect that intense energy into something small and manageable. Engage in a simple task that doesn't require much mental energy, cleaning up a corner of your room, organizing a drawer, or watering plants. These actions serve as a productive distraction, shifting your focus from the source of your anger to something constructive. By completing a task, no matter how small, you create a sense of control and accomplishment, which can greatly reduce feelings of helplessness or frustration. Technique 5. Change your environment. Sometimes, the physical space you're in can amplify your anger, especially if it's a place where the stress began, like your office or a room where an argument took place. Stepping out of that environment, even if it's just for a moment, can create a dramatic shift in your emotional state. Go outside for some fresh air, step into a different room, or simply walk down the hallway. The change of scenery helps your mind reset, giving you a fresh perspective and the space to breathe more freely. This small act can be the difference between escalating anger and finding peace. Technique 6. Listen to music or nature sounds. Music has an almost magical ability to affect our emotions. If you're feeling overwhelmed by anger, put on calming music, such as instrumental pieces, classical music, or soft melodies. Alternatively, listening to nature sounds, like rain falling, birds chirping, or ocean waves, can transport your mind to a place of tranquility. The rhythmic patterns of sound help to regulate your breathing and slow down the racing thoughts in your mind. Whether it's music or nature sounds, this auditory experience can help pull you out of the heat of the moment and bring you back to a more balanced emotional state. Technique 7. Smile or laugh. It may feel counterintuitive to smile or laugh when you're angry, but the physical act of smiling, even if forced at first, has the power to change your mood. Smiling signals to your brain that everything is okay, prompting the release of chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which naturally make you feel better. Even a small grin can start to shift your emotional state from frustration to lightness. If you can, watch something funny or think of a humorous memory. Laughter has an even stronger effect, breaking the hold anger has on you and inviting a sense of relief. These techniques are like immediate lifelines when you're in the thick of anger. They help you regain your footing, find calmness in the moment, and prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. However, it's important to remember that these are temporary fixes, effective for calming down in the short term, but they don't address the deeper root causes of your anger. For lasting change and emotional balance, it's essential to dive deeper into understanding why these emotions arise in the first place. Going deeper. 7 tips for lasting change. While quick techniques can help you calm down in the moment, real transformation requires a deeper approach. Managing anger as it arises is important, but to truly break free from its grip, you need to fundamentally change how you respond to life's frustrations. This is about building emotional resilience and shifting the way you handle challenges from the inside out. When you approach anger from a place of awareness and growth, it no longer controls you. You control it. Here are 7 profound tips that can help you make that shift toward long-lasting emotional mastery. Tips 1. Pause and breathe. Before reacting impulsively, pause. In the heat of anger, our bodies enter a fight-or-flight mode, flooding us with adrenaline and clouding our judgment. Simply taking a few deep breaths can reset your nervous system, activating the parasympathetic response, which calms you down. As you breathe deeply, you give yourself the opportunity to step back from the emotional intensity. Breathe in slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This simple act not only reduces the physical effects of anger, but also gives you the clarity to respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally. Think of this moment as the space between stimulus and response. Viktor Frankl once said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response." By pausing and breathing, you expand that space, allowing for a more measured and conscious reaction to whatever is triggering your anger. Tips 2. Identify the root cause. Anger is often a surface-level emotion that masks deeper feelings like fear, frustration, insecurity, or pain. When you experience anger, ask yourself, what's really going on here? Instead of focusing solely on the external situation, dig deeper into your emotional landscape. Are you feeling disrespected? Are you stressed by other areas of your life? Is there an unresolved issue lingering in the background? For example, a seemingly small irritation, like someone cutting in front of you in line, might trigger an outsized emotional response because of underlying stress or feelings of powerlessness in other areas of your life. By identifying these deeper sources of your anger, you can address the root cause rather than just reacting to the surface trigger. Understanding why you're angry gives you a path toward real resolution, rather than just managing the anger in the moment. Tips 3. Step away physically. When emotions are overwhelming, it's important to give yourself the permission to step away. This isn't about running from the problem, it's about creating space for emotional clarity. Removing yourself from the heated situation, even temporarily, can help you cool down and gain perspective. Whether it's taking a walk outside, going to a different room, or simply stepping away from the environment that triggered your anger, changing your physical surroundings can shift your mental state. Stepping away allows you to distance yourself from the heat of the moment, giving your brain the time it needs to de-escalate. When you return to the situation, you'll have a clearer head and a calmer approach. This not only helps you handle the issue better, but also prevents impulsive reactions that you might later regret. Tips 4. Use visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help you calm down and regain control of your emotions. When you feel overwhelmed by anger, close your eyes and imagine yourself in a peaceful, serene place, a quiet forest, a beach at sunset, or a tranquil garden. Picture yourself there, focusing on the sounds, smells, and sensations of the environment. Visualization transports your mind away from the current stress and offers a mental escape to a place of calmness. This mental shift helps reduce the intensity of your emotions, allowing you to approach the situation from a more balanced state. Over time, the act of visualizing peace during moments of anger can become a reflex, helping you find calm even in the most difficult circumstances. The more vividly you can imagine the scene, the more powerful the calming effect will be. Tips 5. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Anger often escalates because we get caught up in a whirlwind of thoughts, reliving past frustrations, imagining future scenarios, or feeding into the narrative of our anger. By practicing mindfulness, you can break that cycle and ground yourself in the present moment. Next time you feel anger rising, take a moment to observe the sensation. Where do you feel it in your body? How does it affect your thoughts? By paying attention to the emotion without reacting to it, you create space between yourself and the anger. You're no longer being carried away by it. You're simply noticing it. This shift in perspective allows you to make more conscious choices rather than being driven by reactive emotions. Mindfulness teaches you that emotions are temporary. Just like a wave in the ocean, anger rises, peaks, and eventually subsides. By practicing mindfulness regularly, you build the mental strength to navigate these emotional waves without being overtaken by them. Tips 6. Channel your energy. Anger is a highly energetic emotion. Instead of letting that energy fuel destructive actions, channel it into something productive. This could be physical activity like going for a run, hitting the gym, or practicing yoga. Exercise helps release tension and burn off the adrenaline that anger produces, leaving you feeling calmer and more grounded. If physical exercise isn't your go-to, try channeling your energy into creative outlets, writing, painting, playing music, or even tackling a home project. These activities provide a constructive way to process your emotions and refocus your mind. Rather than letting anger control you, you're using its energy to fuel something positive. Tip 7. Communicate with clarity. Once you've calmed down, it's important to express your feelings in a constructive way. Bottling up anger can lead to resentment, while reacting in the heat of the moment often leads to regret. The key is to communicate your emotions with clarity and respect. Use I statements instead of you statements to avoid placing blame. For example, say, "I feel frustrated when rather than "you always sorry." This shifts the conversation from accusation to understanding, creating a space for resolution rather than conflict. Clear, calm communication allows others to understand your perspective without feeling attacked. It opens the door to more meaningful conversations and helps prevent future misunderstandings. When anger is expressed thoughtfully, it can lead to deeper connections and more authentic relationships. Building lasting emotional resilience. These 7 tips are not just about managing the symptoms of anger in the moment. They're about developing long-term emotional resilience. By practicing these techniques consistently, you build emotional strength that allows you to handle life's frustrations with grace and clarity. Over time, you'll find that anger no longer controls you. Instead, you'll have the tools to navigate difficult situations with calmness and composure. True emotional mastery is about changing your internal response to external challenges, and these tips are the foundation for that lasting change. The serious consequences of letting anger control you. If you don't take control of your anger, it will take control of you. Anger, when left unchecked, can wreak havoc on every area of your life. Relationships with loved ones may deteriorate, leaving behind words and actions that you'll later regret, but can't take back. The emotional distance it creates can be difficult to repair, leading to isolation and loneliness. Beyond relationships, opportunities, personal, professional, or otherwise, are missed because anger clouds judgment, fuels impulsive decisions, and prevents clear thinking. The toll on your health is another serious consequence. Anger and stress trigger a physical response in your body that, over time, can lead to chronic health issues like high blood pressure, heart problems, and even a weakened immune system. Ongoing anger leaves you in a constant state of fight or flight, making it difficult for your body to relax and heal. The weight of carrying this anger can lead to long-term mental health problems such as chronic stress or depression. Unchecked anger also leads to a cycle of negativity. Every small inconvenience starts to feel like a personal attack, magnifying stress and creating a self-perpetuating loop where anger feeds on itself. Your perspective narrows, making it harder to experience joy or peace because everything becomes a potential trigger. But it doesn't have to be this way. You have the power to break free from the hold anger has on you. You can change. Finding calm is within your reach. I want you to know that you can change. No matter how much anger you feel right now, or how often it takes over, it's possible to practice calmness and regain control of your emotions. This isn't about becoming someone who never gets angry. That's not realistic. It's about learning to manage your anger in a healthy way, so it doesn't dictate your actions or control your life. I've been there too. I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed and powerless in the face of intense emotions. I know how anger can rise up suddenly and seem impossible to stop. But I also know that with practice, you can train yourself to respond with patience and calm. The key is not to expect perfection from yourself. It's a journey of small, consistent steps, each one bringing you closer to a place where you can handle anger with grace, instead of being consumed by it. You're not alone in this, and change is within your reach. Every day, with each mindful moment, you can cultivate more patience. And as you do, you'll start to see your anger for what it is, a temporary emotion, one that you can learn to navigate. You'll find yourself becoming more grounded, less reactive, and more in control of how you respond to life's challenges. The world changes when you change. As you begin practicing calmness, you'll notice that the world around you seems to shift as well. The problems that once felt insurmountable will begin to seem more manageable. Those difficult people or situations that once had so much power over your emotions will lose their grip. When you cultivate calm within yourself, it creates a ripple effect. Suddenly, your relationships improve because you're more present, more patient, and more compassionate. Stress levels decrease because you're no longer reacting to every trigger, and instead, you're responding thoughtfully and intentionally. You'll find that you have more mental clarity, more emotional resilience, and a deeper capacity to enjoy the present moment. The world will no longer feel like it's spinning out of control. Instead, you'll feel grounded in your own inner strength, able to handle life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and confidence. Every day, as you practice these techniques, you'll start to see the world in a new light. It's not that life becomes perfect, it's that your perspective changes, allowing you to handle challenges with more ease and grace. The shift starts from within, and as you change, so too does the world around you. Remember, anger is a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to rule over you. The techniques we've discussed today are tools to help you manage anger in the moment. Dive deeper into transforming your emotional habits and ultimately create a more peaceful and fulfilling life. It takes practice, but with patience and persistence, you can learn to keep calm in the face of life's challenges. And that will change everything. If you found this helpful, I encourage you to subscribe and join our community. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and support one another on this journey toward inner peace and emotional mastery. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay calm and take care of yourself.